Like, it's like, I don't know
funny.
what that is. Yeah. It's not like a locker room. It's not like something that's like getting old or like rotting or something. I'm like, what is that? Hey everyone, welcome back to another it smells kind of weird in here episode. Thanks for coming back. We're the hosts. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And today, everyone, we're going to be talking about the most evil thing that it could be living and creeping in your house right now, and you don't even know it unless you can smell it. And sometimes you can see it. Sometimes, right? But it's so small, it's like microscopic. It starts off small and then it gets big and big and big. The thing we're going to be talking about is mold.
Yuck, mold?
Thanks for coming back and hanging out with me and Adam again for another safe place, safe time for you to listen, brush up your English skills. Me and Adam just talking about different types of things. We've been living in Japan for over 10 years now. So we talk about some of our ideas of things in Japan, popular things, or maybe less popular things. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested to hear more of our talks if you're new to the channel. But let's roll right into it, Adam. Rainy season possibly has finished.
Probably by the time this episode comes out, it'll be done.
Yep. And there was a stint, a small span, or maybe a longer span of about 3 weeks where it was pretty much nonstop raining. There were a lot of thunderstorms here and there. There was a lot of skulls, which is a word actually, just FYI. I've never used that word skull and didn't even know what it was until I came to Japan. And then someone's like, oh, it's a skull. And I'm like,
what?
You mean like the dipping tobacco?
In my head? A skull?
Okay, then I understood. Hey, learn new English. Even we can learn new English. So don't fret, everyone. So much rain, a lot of humidity. Also, another thing that comes hand in hand with all that humidity is the mold in our houses that is hiding. Adam, you're shaking your head because you're like,
I could just feel it. I can see it. Yeah.
Gross, disgusting, it stinks, it destroys. Let's hear. We're going to talk maybe some stories about mold because I definitely have one. Do you have one, Adam? A mold story?
I have quite a few of them actually in Japan. And I think it's something that I've experienced and have grown to hate so much here because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
After coming from Canada where it's not as humid in the summertime, it's dry, snows in the winter. It's not like there's no mold per se. You can get mold in some old houses, but usually it's very rare. It's a rare situation. So coming here and entering my first apartment in Osaka and going through the whole, rainy season. And I'm not used to having to open windows and stuff after it rains, but apparently that's what I should have done because you look at your window, the frame around your window. And I was like, what is all this black stuff?
Whoa, yeah. Are those bugs? You get closer.
No.
What's that?
What is dirt? No. Oh, it's mold. It's like real mold. Why? Why? And then you go in the washroom and you take the drain apart. Mold. There's pink mold all over the place. There's black mold. There's blue mold. There's green mold. And maybe recently, I have some leather shoes that I keep in the closet because I need to save space.
Yeah.
And there was one time where I opened the closet and I was going to arrange these shoes because I thought I might, give them a nice polish. And I looked at, I was like, what is mold? I wasn't so dramatic. Mold! Not so dramatic, but like it wasn't black mold or pink mold or like dirt looking mold. It was like actual when I have bread and it's in the fridge too long like mold fuzzy. On the shoes.
Yeah.
Like fuzzy mold. And I looked at the shoes like, oh no.
Oh, how bad.
I have to throw these
Was
out.
It like a little spot?
Pretty. It was little spots on the sole because they're leather, right? So I think it, depending on the material, the mold grows in a different way. So
yeah, I think
probably because leather is organic, it belongs to a living thing. It
right.
can grow.
It was living, yeah.
It was living, technically. Yeah.
But still, yeah,
but
leather.
still, like it's
There's
on leather,
moisture
so
in
then
there.
there's
Yeah.
moisture. It absorbs moisture and
More,
it
right.
releases moisture as well. So all the raining that happened absorbs all the moisture, and then the mold can just be like, yes, my precious. Let me sit here for a second and just grow.
Oh man.
And that's what it does. It just grows.
So what'd you do to the shoes?
I wipe them down.
Yeah.
And I have alcohol, not the drinking kind. I might have had some few drinks after that, just from having to
like
clean them
rubbing
up.
alcohol, yeah,
Like
yeah,
rubbing alcohol,
yeah.
From COVID, I have leftover alcohol, the ethanol stuff. So I just wipe that and I keep an eye on them here and now.
Oh,
and
okay.
Open the door.
So this was recently.
Yeah, this was like last year. Not so recent, but like last year.
Yeah.
The shoes are still in the closet. I want to get them repaired, but I haven't had a chance to. So I'm worried that before I get them repaired, they're going to be all damaged and stained by the mold. Kind of sucks.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there
How
you
about
go.
you?
I have almost like a similar situation, but luckily it wasn't any shoes. So what happened with me was my tatami room. So the washitsu in my house. I mean, there's a good amount of sunshine, I believe, that's in there, but still, after a while, I was like, I think it was like last year. There was a span of like a month, almost 2 months, where it was really, really like nonstop raining, and after that, or maybe like towards the end of it, I'm like, this room kind of smells funny. Like when I'm in it for a long time, I don't know. Like I get used to it. But like if I leave the house and I go back into that room, I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" Like it's like I don't know what that is. Yeah. It's not like a locker room. It's not like something that's like getting old or like rotting or something. I'm like, what is that? So I looked around and I found that there was like dust that was accumulating like in a corner that maybe wasn't getting enough sunlight, and on top of that dust, there was a lot of mold that was growing, like really small, on the tatami. So I was like, oh man, cleaned it. And the smell kind of went away. But then after that, I was like, I got to check the rest of the house, like areas like this that could possibly have the same problem. And I check my closets, and I have a closet that's filled with a bunch of guitars, and they're all in their cases. So it should be fine. But what I found out was when I opened it up and I looked at the guitar cases, on all of the cases, there was like mold
on the outside.
Luckily, there was nothing on the inside.
Yeah.
Because I've heard about that. When I first moved to Japan, I brought my guitars over, and I saw like humidifiers, like for acoustic guitars that you'd put in the sound hole. And I was like, what is this? Because like you said at the beginning, we're not used to this. I'm not used to we have mold. The most mold that I've seen is the mold that my dad takes off bread before eating it,
Just cut out the bad parts.
Yeah. And anywhere else, like, I don't know, like a really, really old house that like nobody lives in.
Yeah. But honestly, I watch a lot of home improvement shows, and when there is mold, they make such a big deal, like it's the end of the world. Like, you bought a house with mold. No. You need to get that cleaned out right away.
Done.
Or it's going to cause so much problems. So when I see it in Japan, I'm like, does anybody care here? Because there's so much of it.
That's true.
And speaking of, your experience with the smells, like I know there's a lot of old houses here. And when you go inside, you can smell that there's mold inside. Like, is that a problem?
Yeah.
Is it something I should worry about? Because there are people living there.
That's true. Well, again, it's something that is very uncommon in North America. So when it is there, maybe there's more of like a caution around it. Where it's like, it's bad. Oh, you smell it? That means those particles, small things are going in your lungs
lungs,
And guess what? You got moldy lung, which it's probably a thing, but you would have to be in that environment probably for a really long time. I'd assume. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Like it totally is not a thing that we grew up learning. And luckily my friends in Japan, when I moved here, told me like rainy season, oh, here, like get this this thing that absorbs moisture, put it in your closet, put these little packs in your drawers for your clothes so they don't get moldy. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, you just do it. Everything's gonna get moldy. Yeah. So luckily, because they explained that to me, that I didn't really have such a big problem. But you know, it's still depending on how much it rains, and depending on how little sunlight an area gets, mold can be definitely a problem. Right, yeah. But like you said, it's so common. It's everywhere. I have it on my window lining, you know, the window sills. Like ledge, it's everywhere. And because it's everywhere, because it's so normal, maybe even if it is bad for us and it's bad to have it in your house, but it's like it's Japan.
You can't get away from it.
I wonder what other countries in like Asia, like some of those smaller island countries,
like Philippines and
that have so Thailand. Much more rain and the humidity's even higher. I hear. I wonder what they do about it. Maybe they're like, whatever, man. What? Like it's just it's normal. Yeah. Like, of course, we have mold everywhere. Like that's why we don't get white things. We just buy all the windowsills. They're black. We get them black because we don't even know about mold. It. I don't know.
Mushrooms, they're all pink because we got pink mold in there.
Yeah, all of them pink.
Out of sight, out of mind.
That's it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dude, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Right. Good 2 stories about us and our mold problems that we've experienced. But again, everyone, it's something that is really, really foreign to people who live outside of places where there's not a lot of humidity. We grew up in a more dry environment. So it really, really stinks. It's something that we learned about, and now we kind of know how to tackle better, but still you can't control it 100%. So watch out, everyone. Make sure to clean everywhere, and I guess open your windows, but everyone's probably on that already, and get those products to help dry out or take the moisture out of your closets and stuff, because they do work. They do.
But you got to check them, because those ones that fill up,
that's true,
they fill up really quickly.
Yeah. I'm like, man. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Yep. If you liked the video, found a laugh or something interesting, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to hear more talks with me and Adam, talking about our perspective on pretty much life in Japan. And hey, we got a website up and a lot of cool different things. You can become a member. Next step, member. Join our Facebook private group. You can download audio and video files, so you don't have to waste any of your data anymore. There's live streams, so many different things. One-on-one English lessons you can sign up for. I think there's some merch out there. Check it out. Cool stuff. Link in the description down below.
And of course, if you want to get in touch with us, we give out polls and posts about feedback we need from you and how you can help us, make content for the channel. So you can check out our other SNS channels. We got Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, where you might find more of those posts. So check those out. Give us a comment or subscribe on any of those platforms, and we'll see you when we see you.
Yes, that's it. We'll see you on the next step.